So I'm just gonna have to do this on my phone. I'm so sick of StreamYard. And I should not have to my phone, move my laptop to the living room to plug it directly in the internet for it to work. I pay too much money for that. I mean, it just don't make no sense. And it pisses me off all the time. Take two, because I'm not doing yesterday. It took me 4 times to do that quick interview. Story on Angie Stone, who passed away the other day. And it just don't make no sense, what you have to go through. So again, this take two. And this take all day. It just don't make no sense. Again. So Suge Knight came out and said that Ray J indeed helped unalive Whitney Houston. And if you remember back when Whitney Houston passed, Clive Davis did not stop the Grammy party while her body laid up there. And then Bobby Brown's sister came out and said Ray J was the last person that she was seen with, and that he gave her that that bad bag of um of cocaine. So Suge Knight came out and revealed that information. So I'm wondering now if Ray J's gonna be back under investigation. So I just put all this together because, and then, he got a divorce from Princess, finally went through the divorce. And he says he'll never love another woman like that again, which, I do think that he loves her. Absolutely, he does. Oh, shoot. Everything just falling to pieces. Everything. So let's get back into it. So it looks like Princess Love and Ray J are finally wrapping up their messy divorce. While appearing on the Morning Hustle show, Princess Love said that they back and forth is finally coming to an end. According to her, they're just days away from officially finalizing their divorce for good. Additionally, the reality star told host L'Oreal she's just done. And when a woman is fed up, a woman is fed up. There's nothing you could do about it. What R. Kelly say? When a woman is, and Kelly Price, when a woman is scored, ain't no coming back. It's over, done with. It's nothing you could do at all about it to salvage it at all. I love this shirt. I was just a little cold. Um, she said we're great friends, and I just have to accept the fact that we're better off as friends. And sometimes you are better off as friends, especially when you're dealing with a cheater. Men who cheat normally don't stop cheating, and it's up to a female woman to either she gonna deal with it or she not. Because a cheater is always a cheater unless they decide to be faithful. And most of them have a problem with controlling a gym jank and they unable to control it. And that's just a fact. She loves him and he loves her, and they live two different lifestyles, she said. Furthermore, she said she believes that different lives was making her act out of character and do things she normally wouldn't do in a relationship. Love will make you do some crazy things. Yes, it will. And love will make you do some wonderful things in a relationship as well. But love can make you do some crazy, 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 crazy stuff. Princess kept it real while chatting with L'Oreal. She revealed that her old lawyer wasn't filling the terms she wanted for her divorce from Ray J. So she let him go. Now she's handling her own legal stuff because she's done with the fighting. The Shade Room's comment section to Princess Love update about her divorce from Ray J. Some folks gave her props for choosing peace, while others are convinced this isn't the last chapter for them. I think it is. And this is Princess Love, fourth time filing for divorce from Ray J, but it is finalized. And she said, after much reflection, discussion, and counseling, we have come to the difficult realization that our paths have diverged, and it is the best interest of both of us to part ways, they said in a joint statement. And Ray J said, I'll never love another woman like I love her. I made a vow to her, so even if it's not there no more, as far as divorce or whatever, my word is everything. As for why they struggle to make things work, Ray J believes their inability to truly move forward has been a major factor. No, the major factor, oh, shoot, I can get some more Bitcoin. The truth of the matter, because you can't control your gym jank, is the main reason why you are divorcing. And I think Sukiana just took it to another level. Another level. Ooh, Drake just settled legal action. Ooh, I'm gonna have to do Drake. It's the main reason for your divorce. And that's just a fact. Wiping the slate clean now, like we're doing, is important for us as parents and friends, he explained. I don't know what she wants to do, but I'll never love another woman again. And that's what happens when most men are heartbroken. They don't love again because it hurts them so bad. They're unable to love again. And so I believe that when he says that, his emotional confession comes on the heels of a messy situation involving leaked messages with Sukiana, which led to a heated exchange. After the drama, Princess made it clear she was officially done with Ray J. She also emphasized that despite the divorce, the couple would remain committed to co-parenting their two children, Melanie, 5.5, and Epic, 4. We remain committed to co-parenting our children and maintaining a positive, supportive family dynamic. Ray J is 43, Princess Love 39. They tied the knot in 2016. I didn't even realize they had been married that long. I didn't know that. After 4 years of dating, however, their relationship has been anything but smooth. Over the years, the couple has called it quits and reconciled several times, including Ray J filing for divorce in 2020, only to have it dismissed 3 times. Their rocky relationship was often in the spotlight with public views and emotional moments shared on air. This time, Princess Love is representing herself in a divorce, a move that signifies her determination to handle things on her own terms. While their romantic relationship may have ended, the couple is focused on providing a stable environment for their children as they move forward. Okay, let me get to the. Let me see if this is anything new in this article. Did y'all know that Ray J had a beef with Kodak Black? I got to add Kodak Black name to the title. So he did an interview on Vlad. I didn't know. And that Ray J introduced Kodak Black to Donald Trump. I didn't know that. Ray J opened up about his experiences visiting Donald Trump and Mar-a-Lago and the subsequent fallout with rapper Kodak Black. Ray J, who met with Trump at least 8 times, explained his perspective on politics, emphasizing that every American stands to benefit regardless of race. Surprisingly, Ray J was responsible for introducing Kodak Black to Trump, especially significant following Trump's pardon of the rapper. Despite the high profile introduction and paired goodwill, tensions arose between Ray J and Kodak Black. The conflict sparked when Kodak allegedly felt embarrassed over a video leading Ray J to challenge the rapper to a fight. Reflecting on Discord, Ray J admitted he handled the situation poorly, adding that he should have been more understanding of Kodak's process. Despite the past tensions, Ray J expressed admiration for Kodak, acknowledging both his contributions and personal growth. As a gesture to mend relations, Ray J extended his support and well wishes to Kodak Black. I had no idea that he did all that. Hold on, we got to get into Suge Knight. Dang, this it right here. Suge Knight claims Ray J, Snoop Dogg were involved in the murders of Whitney Houston and Tupac. I'm gonna do Tupac separately, but I did know that if you look at Tupac and Snoop fell out America's Most Wanted video. It was a big thing, and I believe at that time that's when Tupac, Snoop Dogg made a commitment to sacrifice Tupac at that time during that. But this about Ray J. So Suge Knight is facing accusations of being involved in Lisa Lopez's death, but he isn't going down without a fight. He countered by claiming that Ray J was involved in Whitney Houston's death and Snoop Dogg has something to do with Tupac's demise. During a recent interview with the Art of Dialogue, he pointed out how the late singer dealt with a lot of distress before her passing. According to him, she did not specifically mention Ray J by name, but used a descriptive phrase that would make one believe she was talking about him. She just used the term that Brandy's little brother bringing me drugs and doing drugs with me. Wow. And that's what Bobby Brown's sister was saying as she passed, that Ray J was supplying her with the drugs. Brandy's little brother trying to kiss me and do drugs with me. Next thing you know, she's dead. Ooh. As for the Long Beach rapper, California rapper, he claimed there were recorded phone calls where he admitted to funding Tupac's death. You brag about all these phone calls reported. You brag about how Snoop tell you and told you he's part of the people who put bread to kill Pac, Suge Knight said, directing his ear at Ray J. That's why I say don't mention Tupac's name in one of your interviews because you fuck with the motherfucker Snoop who said he had something to do with it. So Snoop was involved in killing hip hop's best all-time artist. You was involved in killing the best female vocalist that ever did it, Whitney Houston. The former Death Row CEO claimed that Ray J put left eye allegations on him to increase his relevance in the entertainment space. This all came after Night Sun challenged the One Wish singer to an organized fight prompted by Ray J telling VAD TV that Suge signed over his life rights to him, hoping he can arrange business for him while he is in jail. He also said that people called Suge Simone and his son Little Simone. I'm getting all these little messages so real quick. I'm going to get to the point. Hey, Ray J, real quick, bro. What about we set up this fade? Night Sun said it's going to be Suge J versus Ray J fight. Let's get straight to it because you want to talk about my family. You want to spread out lies. Let's run that. Don't think you ready for this, but you know what? I'm going to call you out on it. This a real West Coast fade. Ooh, I'm gonna whoop that ass, he said. Now that's what Suge Knight's son said. These major accusations by Suge Knight come just months after he claimed Jay-Z, Dr. Dre, and more legends were privy to Diddy's heinous sexual misconduct. Well, he came out and said Dr. Dre was gay. Allegations behind the scene. He also called out Clyde Davis, Jimmy Iovine, and Russell Simmons for teaching Puff this behavior. Ooh. All of which led to his arrest for sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy this past September. Then, of course, Suge Knight's son challenged Ray J to a fight. Suge Jacob Knight has a special message for Ray J. Talking to Instagram Live, the 33-year-old challenged the R&B singer to a physical fight. It's going to be Suge J versus Ray J fight. Let's get straight to it because you want to talk about my family. You want to spread lies. He said, I'm going to whoop that ass. I ain't the cones, my N-word. The declaration come after Ray J's interview with DJ Vlad, where he discussed the elder Suge Knight signing over his life rights. According to the 44-year-old, everyone called Suge Knight Simone and called him Little Simone. Suge would come around Christmas, Thanksgiving. He would come and chill with my mom and dad and talk to my mom on the phone every single day, frequently about a bunch of things. It was a lot with me and Suge. Still to this day, we got a lot of stuff coming out, like some really dope stuff, and I can't wait for people to see it. Now, Suge says this about Ray J and Whitney Houston. I remember the conversation when she felt her life was in the toilet. Knight said, she didn't say your name. Brandy, little brother, trying to kiss me and do drugs with me. Next thing you know, she's dead. All right, let's get to these. Hold on, 223. Let's get to these videos. I guess I'm just going to have to use my phone. Okay, here we go. Number one.
By now, sadly, you've all learned of the unspeakably tragic news of our beloved Whitney's passing.
Why did you let the party go on?
Of course, this is a personal thing, but the Grammys were the next night. You don't cancel.
Every day I was with her, I was not happy.
Right.
Like I was not happy.
Right. It was the right thing.
And I saw myself, like I was like, yo, I'm on top of the world.
Right.
Look at all the people I'm shaking hands with right now.
Did Clive Davis and Ray J get paid millions to take down Whitney Houston? New shocking evidence reveals a sinister plot behind her tragic death, exposing two of the industry's biggest names at the heart of it all.
You want to know what Clive Davis did for Whitney Houston? And the next thing you know, she's dead. Ray J was the last person to see her alive. He let the dealer in.
Did these two men profit off Whitney Houston's tragic death? Or worse, were they part of a sinister plot that took her life?
Singer Whitney Houston, one of the greatest voices of our generation. CNN has gotten confirmation from her representative, has died.
February 11th, 2012. The world stood still as the news of Whitney Houston's death spread. Found lifeless in a bathtub at the Beverly Hilton Hotel, just hours before Clive Davis's annual pre-Grammy party. The public was told it was an accidental drowning, but for many close to Whitney, this explanation didn't add up. How could the vibrant and larger-than-life Whitney Houston be gone, just like that?
It was a setup. Yes. Nick was told not to let her go out of that house and to do whatever it was he got paid to do.
Leola Brown wasn't alone in her suspicions. Following her death, rumors began circulating about the people closest to her in those final hours. And one person who was frequently mentioned in those rumors was Clive Davis. Clive Davis, the legendary music mogul, discovered Whitney and helped launch her to international fame.
Here she was, just turning 19, and She was a stunning beauty, stunning vocalist, and I brought her on national television. I introduced her for the next generation.
But beneath the public image of a caring mentor was a man with dark secrets. Jaguar Wright claims that Whitney's death was no accident. According to her, Whitney had discovered that millions of dollars were missing from her earnings and was planning to leave Clive's record label. In case you didn't know, Clive Davis has been a powerful force in the music industry for decades, helping to launch the careers of legends like Whitney Houston and Biggie Smalls. But with great power comes great controversy. Davis's name has been linked to several suspicious deaths, most notably Biggie's. As we all know, Biggie was taken down in 1997. Some believe that, like Whitney, Biggie's death was orchestrated to keep him from leaving the label and taking his talent and potential earnings elsewhere. Anyway, Wright's criticism didn't stop there. She explicitly called out Clive Davis, the renowned music executive closely associated with Houston's career, accusing him of exploiting the singer's talent and struggles for personal gain.
Dana, film to celebrate Whitney Houston. This is a film to, pay the pipe.
Referring to Davis's purported efforts to help Houston overcome her challenges prior to her death, Wright didn't mince her words. Wright went on to highlight Davis's actions leading up to Houston's demise, including sending her on an international tour despite her ongoing struggles with substance AB. However, Clive Davis is not the only person that Wright mentioned. Jaguar Wright revealed that Ray J was the last person to see Whitney Houston alive, and that he was actually the one who let the substance dealer into her room to drug her.
She's dead. Ray J was the last person to see her alive. He let the drug dealer in, but she was sober, right? But he let the drug dealer in that gave her the shot.
She went on to say that Whitney had been beaten up before her death. Although Jaguar doesn't mention who was responsible for beating up Whitney, all the fingers currently point towards Ray J. In fact, after learning that Houston's use was one of the causes of her death, the icon's ex-husband, Bobby Brown's sister, Leola, reportedly claimed that Ray J knew someone who sold substances and accused him of providing substances to Whitney. Leola reportedly claimed that she witnessed Ray J leaving Houston's hotel room when her former sister-in-law died. She then accused Ray of being a runner boy for the music legend because he knew somebody that sold substances, from whom he bought and supplied them to Whitney. In addition to this, in a resurfaced interview, Ray J can be heard saying that he could get Whitney to be sober if he wanted to. This interview was conducted while Whitney was still alive, which meant that Ray J was actually controlling her at the time. What's even more shocking is that in that same interview, Ray J also admitted to using Whitney for clout.
Every day I was with her, I was not happy.
Right.
Like I was not happy.
Right.
And
It was the right thing.
And I saw myself like I was like, yo, I'm on top of the world.
Right.
Look at all the people I'm shaking hands with right now.
At this point, it is clear that Ray J did not care about Whitney and only used her to get his fame. Later on, when Whitney died, Ray J was seen at her funeral grabbing her casket and faking tears for fame and to catapult his career. In 2017, Ray expressed his regrets about what happened to Whitney and even confessed that he was to blame. Speaking to singer Stacey Francis during season of Celebrity Big Brother, Ray brought up the events from 2012, saying, "Stacey and we had a conversation about what happened with Whitney Houston before she passed. I never talk about it, but it was something I felt she wanted to talk about, and it was the right time, so we talked briefly about it, and I told them how I felt, how I blame myself on a lot of stuff." Ray also insisted that although several media outlets offered him millions to reveal secrets of the music icon's death, he turned down every single proposal. He said, "I had so many people calling me offering millions of dollars to have an interview. I was like, I don't need the money. It's not good money. That's just not right. My karma would be bad." Ray J and Whitney Houston had a well-known and often speculated about relationship that has captured the public's attention for years. Whitney Houston was already an established superstar by the time she met Ray J in the early 2000s. On the other hand, Ray was a young up-and-comer when he first met Houston. He had already begun his career as an actor, appearing on shows like The Sinbad Show and Moshe, and had just released his debut album, Everything You Want, in 1997. At the time, he was still a teenager, and he quickly became enamored with Houston's talent and presence. It's not entirely clear how the two met, but they quickly became close friends. They were often seen together at events and parties, and Ray J even appeared on Houston's reality show, Being Bobby Brown, in 2005. The show, which followed Houston and her then husband Bobby Brown as they went about their daily lives, gave viewers a glimpse into the couple's tumultuous relationship, but it also showcased Houston's affection for Ray J. As the years went on, rumors began to swirl that Ray J and Houston's relationship was more than just platonic. Some sources claim that they had been romantically involved, while others insisted that they were simply close friends. Despite the speculation, neither Ray J nor Houston ever confirmed or denied the rumors. After Whitney died in 2012, Ray J was reportedly devastated by the loss. And in interviews following her death, he spoke candidly about their relationship, describing her as a mentor and a friend.
I really miss my friend. You know, I really do. I'm still hurting.
In any case, despite the claims that Ray J might have actually been responsible for Whitney being on substances, we still cannot dismiss Clive's involvement in all this. In fact, the revelations surrounding Clive Davis and his potential to profit from Whitney Houston's untimely demise have sent shockwaves through the music industry. These discoveries have shed light on the notorious death clause, a provision that has long been shrouded in secrecy and controversy. This clandestine clause, also known as a non-performance or failure of performance clause, raises grave concerns due to its alarming implications. As findings have unveiled, the death clause is a contractual stipulation that grants record companies an astonishing level of power and potential for profiting, even in the face of an artist's untimely demise. This seemingly nefarious maneuver ensures that labels are not only entitled to recoup their investments, but also to lay claim to a substantial portion of the deceased artist's earnings from various revenue streams.
Think about this for a moment. When an artist signs his name on the dotted line to a record company, the record company will in many cases own all of the masters for the songs recorded under that contract. And when an artist signs to a major label, it's safe to say that their death is in many ways factored into the initial investment. And in many ways, after an artist has peaked in popularity, there becomes an awkward point in their career where the artist is worth more to them dead than alive.
I always said that. Worth more dead than alive.
Secrecy, yet it essentially empowers companies to secure hefty insurance policies against the projected earnings of their artists. In a twisted turn of events, this provision renders record labels as beneficiaries of both the life and death of the very talents they are meant to nurture and promote. Intriguingly, this malevolent clause has evolved over time, adopting a subtler facade while maintaining its exploitative essence. Once valued in thousands, it now holds the potential to be worth billions, owing to the colossal investments labels make in nurturing and promoting burgeoning talents. The insurance policies procured under this clause serve as a safeguard against potential losses in the event of an artist's incapacity or demise, thereby safeguarding the label's investments and projected profits. Amidst this maelstrom of revelations, speculation has begun to swirl around the extent of Clive Davis's involvement with the death clause. As a mastermind behind the success of many artists, including Whitney Houston, questions arise about whether he reaped any benefits from the tragic loss of his prized protege. While no concrete evidence has surfaced linking Davis directly to this exploitative clause, artists and insiders have started to come forward, painting a troubling picture of his role in potentially capitalizing on the grim provisions of the clause. Whispers have transformed into outspoken voices as several artists shed light on their experiences within the clutches of the music industry's dark underbelly. Their stories echo the same sentiment, that the death clause, once a well-guarded secret, is not a relic of the past, but a contemporary reality. It has been alleged that Davis and other industry magnates might have leveraged this clause to their advantage, using it as a financial safety net against unforeseen losses. One person who spoke about this is avant-garde musician Diamanda Gallus. Days after Houston's tragic demise, Gallus took to her Facebook page calling the record executive a colossal pig. According to Gallus, Houston should have been allowed to study for a minimum of 2 years with a voice therapist or teacher before even rehearsing, let alone performing on stage. In the entry, she claimed that the singer was put back on stage before she was ready to perform by Davis. Gallus wrote that Houston was ill-prepared to perform, writing, "What was she put on stage as? A lesson that substances... Hey, want to see a crack hoe sing? Courtesy of Clive Davis."
Wow.
Wow, man, that will be some freaky ish, right? You bet, man. Gallus didn't stop there, claiming that Davis could now, quote unquote, package her death in frills and sell it big time, even during the nadir of record sales. She even went so far as to claim to foresee what the 79-year-old record industry vet would say in response. And Clive and Sony will say, even though we do not hope to even break, even with this uncompromising tribute to Whitney Houston, we feel personally that it is her due as the foremost singer ever on our labels and as the lovely girl she always was to us. At the time, a spokesperson.
Wow. Let me get to that was long. Let me see if this was anything.
She's dead. Ray J was the last person to see her alive. He let the dealer in, but she was sober, right? But
I am not self-destructive. I'm not a person who wants to die. I'm a person who has life.
Say what now? Did Ray J just confess to unaliving Whitney and helping to cover up her death? Chill, I don't know what the hell going on with Ray J these days, but he's been a hot stinking mess. And it looks like this might be his karma for having a hand in Whitney's death. Ray J has been trying to take his own life for a while now, and not too long ago, he even said that the people he worked for in the industry were trying to unalive him because he knew too much. And they didn't want to get incriminated. People initially thought he was clout chasing as usual, but new evidence just proved that he actually did have something to do with Whitney's tragic death, and that the people he committed this crime with are now trying to tie up any loose ends, and that includes Ray J not being alive anymore. In fact, just a few days ago, a blind item who was very close to him came out and revealed that Ray J has been stuffing himself up with an unholy amount of drugs to cope with everything he's going through, and that the people who he committed these crimes for are planning to finish him off because they're afraid that his use might make him say things he's not supposed to. The blind item read, this celebrity slash porn star slash reality star who comes from an entertainment family is gonna get himself if he keeps getting into fights because of how many he's using right now. Ray J. A lot of people immediately started speculating that the reason why Ray J's life was even in danger was because of his involvement with Whitney's death. See, right before her tragic death, she and Ray J had gotten into a relationship, and at the time, there were rumors going around about him enabling her addiction by providing her with hard substances. Fast forward to February of 2012, Whitney passed, and it was reported that she had died from accidentally drowning in a bathtub. However, shortly after the popular coroner Ed Winter, who was also in charge of investigating the death of Michael Jackson, stepped into the case, he found a load of evidence that proved that Whitney didn't just drown. She was actually unalived. The report revealed that Whitney had a load of substances shoved into her body just hours before her death. These included Xanax, Benadryl, and other undisclosed medication. There was water found in her lungs that indicated to us that she was alive when she was submerged underwater. According to our test, the level of was not necessarily a lethal level of but her death was complicated by chronic use and heart disease. She could have passed out first due to the intoxication from the cocaine, or she could have had a heart attack and then drowned. It's probably one of those two scenarios. Prescription pill bottles were found in her room, but the number of pills weren't alarming enough to kill her. The report from the coroner completely turned this case around and started making people suspect if Whitney's death was actually a case. And of course, the first name on everybody's list was Ray J. These rumors only got worse when Whitney's ex-sister-in-law said she knew Ray J had something to do with Whitney's death the moment he was caught by paparazzi, secretly sneaking out of the hotel and hiding his face from the cameras. She even went as far as flat out accusing him of supplying Whitney with the night that she had passed.
I first seen this, and I saw the news, and I'm sorry, please excuse me, I just have to come out and say this.
Please.
I saw Ray J coming out of the hotel, hiding his head, being pushed into the car. Why? I looked and I said, why is he hiding? Why is he hiding his face? He's always trying to show his face. Some reason, he knows somebody that sells drugs, and he was buying them for Whitney, from what I know, and giving her drugs. I I want to know why this boy was allowed to do that.
Man, I remember being at home and shocked. Oh, shoot, shocked about what happened.
What happened inside the iconic Beverly Hilton remains a mystery. Paramedics raced to the fourth floor and found a lifeless Whitney Houston inside her hotel room bathtub. They tried in vain to resuscitate her with CPR.
Around Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that.
Contrary to the coroner's conclusion that her death was accidental, Hubel claims that Houston's body shows classic defense wounds consistent with someone fighting for her life.
Did Kanye West just expose Clive Davis for killing Whitney Houston? Kanye recently spoke about how Hollywood elites will often stage a celebrity death to make it look like they unalived themselves, and fans are now saying that this is exactly what happened to Whitney. See, just hours after Whitney was discovered in her hotel room bathtub, her longtime mentor Clive Davis held a pre-Grammy party in the same hotel, and he allegedly knew that Whitney's body was still in the building.
I don't know what could motivate a person to have a party in a building where the person whose life he had influenced so enormously.
A number of Whitney's friends and family have called out Clive for disrespecting Whitney. However, fans are now saying this whole situation is much more serious. In fact, a lot of people are convinced Clive is one of those Hollywood elites that Kanye talked about who have the power to make celebs disappear. But does this mean that Clive was somehow involved in Whitney's death? And why are fans saying that Clive's pre-Grammy party was a ritual? Let's get into it. It's been 11 years since Whitney Houston, one of the greatest, if not the greatest singers of all time, passed away. And Whitney's fans are still hoping the real truth of her death will come out one day. See, there are so many different conspiracy theories about Whitney's final days, but the most popular one involves Whitney's mentor and record producer, Clive Davis. After Kanye West recently exposed the dark side of the music industry and claimed that Hollywood executives have built a system to traumatize and monetize celebs, Whitney Houston's fans reignited the conversation about Clive Davis's infamous 2012 pre-Grammy party, and most of them are even saying that Clive was somehow involved in Whitney's death. To give you some context, Whitney Houston died on February 11, 2012, on the same day she was supposed to perform at Clive's pre-Grammy Awards party at the Beverly Hilton Hotel in Beverly Hills. But just hours before the scheduled party, Whitney's assistant discovered Whitney lying face down in a bathtub filled with water. Whitney was unresponsive, and her assistant called Whitney's bodyguard, Ray Watson, to help her get Whitney out of the tub. Ray later told the Mirror that the scene in the bathroom was surreal, and he panicked because he couldn't understand what happened to Whitney. I couldn't tell if she was alive or dead, Ray said. I got her out of the water and tried to revive her. Then it was all crazy. Whitney's assistant and her bodyguard called 911, and the paramedics arrived at Whitney's hotel room at 3:30 p.m. They performed CPR, but sadly it was too late, and at 3:55 p.m., Whitney Houston was pronounced dead.
We have breaking news tonight out of Los Angeles, the death of singing star Whitney Houston at the age of 48. Details are still coming in, but her publicist has confirmed her death to the Associated Press, although the circumstances and the place are not clear.
Wow.
The cause of why Whitney died.
So they bringing all this stuff back up. Oh, wait a minute. Was that the one?
To be swallowed up by TD Cakes. TD Cakes.
Oh, no, I didn't want to do that.
What happened inside the iconic Beverly Hilton remains a mystery. Paramedics raced to the fourth floor and found a lifeless Whitney. Happened to Whitney. I couldn't tell if she was in danger. You can hear her say, "I nearly drowned today twice," one fan said. Really creeped me out.
And another fan commented, "Am I the only one hearing Clive Davis say you have to pay tribute? Pay him tribute? This video just stirs my soul with suspicions and revelations." And then what's also incredibly disturbing is just 3 years after Whitney died, her only child, Bobby Christina, also passed away in the same manner as Whitney. On January 31st, 2015, Bobby's former fiance, Nick Gordon, and another friend found Bobby face down in a bathtub in her home
home in Georgia, Bobby was still alive and breathing when the paramedics arrived, and doctors placed her in an induced coma. However, after being in a coma for nearly 6 months, Bobby Christina died on July 26, 2015, at the age of 22. The initial autopsy found no obvious underlying cause of death and no significant injuries. However, it was later determined that the underlying cause of death was immersion associated with drug intoxication. But the manner of death could not be confirmed, and the autopsy report stated that the medical examiner was not able to determine whether the death was due to intentional or accidental causes. And then in July 2020, Nick Gordon, Bobby's former fiance, who discovered her body, also died of a suspected OD. Bobby Christina's dad.
Right. They was dropping them like flies. Hey, I want this one.
Followed up by TDK.
Dang, why can't I get this one with Luther? Anyway, there's one where Luther Vandross tried to warn Whitney Houston about Clive Davis. Oh, God, let me see. I need 224. Well, that must not be it. Oh, shoot. Let me go to March. Just gonna go to March first. Right here. We almost done. We almost done. Oh, that's 40 minutes. Oh, this the one I want to leave it with. This one right here. This is it. I'm leaving it at this one. This is Fame versus Sacrifice.
What's going on with Ray J? Now, before I tell y'all what Ancestor showed me on this, I'm gonna first give y'all some background information on Ray J. Come on, let's do it. Ray J was born on January 17th, and he was born in Mississippi. His mama's name is Sonya Bates Norwood. His father's name is Willie Norwood. And his sister's name is Brandy. And Brandy is known as being a multi-platinum recording artist. Early in Ray J's life, he moved with his family from Mississippi to Los Angeles. And at the age of 8 years old, he started appearing in television commercials, for different companies. He eventually started acting in the Sinbad show, playing the foster son. Some of y'all remember that show? And he acted in a Sinbad show from 1993 to 1994. When Ray J acted in a Sinbad show, it shaped his acting career, polished his acting skills, and he moved on to play D-Money in a television show called Moesha. He played in a television show from 1999 until the show ended in 2001. And he played in different movies, such as When Mars Attack, Steel, and the list goes on.
In the year 1995, Ray J signed to Elektra Records, and he began to record his debut album called Everything You Want. The album was released in March 1997, and his lead single, Let It Go, which appeared on the Set It Off soundtrack. It peaked at number 25 in the U.S. He went on to record other songs, and in the year 1997, he was dropped from the label, the record label. Ray J, he also had his own reality dating show called For the Love of Ray J. And him and his sister Brandy had a reality show together called Brandy and Ray J, A Family Business. Now we fast forward to today. Told you I ain't gonna tarry too long. We fast forward to today, and folks ask me, they said, so madam, what ancestor showed you about Ray J? What's going on with Ray J? And ancestor said, this is how they gave it to me. And they said at a time such as this, that Ray J is getting back his karma. Now let me break it down. Ray J, he been down with the game for a long time. And when I say the game, I'm talking about the game of the industry.
Facts.
Shit.
Facts. Sorry about that, y'all.
He been playing the game since he was a teenager. Let's go a little bit deeper down a rabbit hole. Some folks, they may know this and some folks don't. Ray J and Snoop Dogg is known as being first cousins. They even made a song together called Smoking Weed. And ancestor said that Ray J and Snoop Dogg, they had conversations about the dark side of the industry / the game. They had secret conversations in the background about the evil things that you gotta do if you want to go higher in your career. And Ray J was willing, and Ray J was ready to do anything that he had to do to go higher up the elevator.
That's right.
Ray J sold out to the game a long time ago, y'all. Ray J know what the fucker is upper. Almost everybody know about the sex tape on Ray J and Kim Kardashian. But see, what most people don't know is, what they don't know is that was a sexual ritual that took place between Ray J and Kim Kardashian. A demonic sexual ritual that took place. And that rabbit hole go deeper. Think about it. Ray J was another one who signed that demonic contract. And he got a record deal. His own reality show. He signed a $31 million deal. And he got some other deals in the background. And just like everybody else who signed down with that demonic industry, and they choose to play the game, the sacrifice game,
Yep.
and things of that nature, just like everybody else, he gonna have to pay it back with a sacrifice. Or he gonna have to pay it back with blood eventually one day. I talked about this in another video that I did. Ray J walking around here, acting like he don't know what happened to Whitney Houston. I gotta say it allegedly. But Ray J was part of the setup on Whitney Houston. Ray J walking around here with blood on his hands. Now don't be surprised, my people. In the near future, we hear about Ray J being sacrificed, or someone around him being sacrificed. Every time the PTB hears a celebrity that done signed down with them playing the game, every time they hear one of them celebrities say that they feel the S word, y'all know what the S word is? That's a red flag to the PTB. Because they think that person gonna start telling the secrets that's going on in the
Facts.
in the background. And y'all asked me about Ray J. And that sister said Ray J joined down with the game. And he gonna have to pay back his karma. Period. I will be back. And y'all be good.
That's Fame versus Sacrifice. So madam. I love her. Anyway, like, share, and like, share, and subscribe. Again, Suge Knight came out about a week or two ago and said Ray J was the one who took out Whitney Houston. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and thank you to all my new subscribers. All right, we about to end this, and I'll be back with Trump and Zelensky because that's a mess.